Hello, ladies. Hello, how are you? Hello, ladies. How are you? One of my friends, who is also a female online entrepreneur, decided that she needed some support or advice regarding funnels. And I'm happy to provide you some content and discuss it. And I'm really grateful for every support and every inspiration that you provided me during last few weeks. It's really priceless. So thank you very much for that. I will describe you the issue using the whiteboard. So just give me a sec to open it. And here we are. Actually, when we are thinking about funnels, usually the thing that comes to our mind is something like this, and the graphic that has four basic layers. And those layers are reflections of the AIDA model. The first A stands for attraction, interest, desire, and action. I'm sorry for poor handwriting, but I will explain you the whole concept. But the thing that people usually don't tell you is that this is actually the reflection of something far more significant. And this is the thing I wanted to talk to you about. So the marketing funnel that you can see over here that you can create and promote and use using ClickFunnels or any other solution is a reflection of your thought process and your strategy to get your clients on board. So you're thinking about the client path, which is the journey that the client goes through while working with you. So it's a client path. And there are a few stages that usually clients go through before they purchase from you or when they purchase from you. And let's dive deep in that issue. The first stage is the moment when people find out that you exist as an entrepreneur. So this is your golden room, usually. Let's pretend that you have chosen your primary platform where your clients are and where you feel comfortable, where you are ready to provide them some value. And this is your golden room. This is your place where you feel comfortable, where your clients feel good, and where you communicate with them on a regular basis. Let's say that you want to invite a new client. In our example, the golden room shall be Facebook. Let's say that you have a Facebook profile. The profile needs to be public, or you have your Facebook page. Okay, so let's assume that they have just found out about you. We will cover that. Where do they know from that you exist? Okay, but now let's continue with this path. So they are in your golden room and they need to get to know you better. So what can you provide them? Usually we provide some form of freebie. Freebie. Freebie is a thing that allows you to build your email list. Freebie is to make people know you and like you. But one thing that we tend to forget today is that a form of freebie is your free content. So in example, if you decide to create your post about building the funnels, this is also a value that you deliver to your clients. And of course, you can add here some kind of worksheet or additional questions or survey or some other offer that helps your clients to be together with you here and consume additional elements. And then you can make them move to your email list, but it's not that required. Let's speak about the easy way, and then we will make it a little bit more complex. So the person consumed your free content. what happens next? Preferably, your client got to know you better and he or she feels the need to consume even more from you. And in that case, you provide the offer. Usually here, we put the signature offer. Okay. They have the chance to purchase. They have two options, right? As usually in life. They can say yes, or they can say no. If they said yes, you can still try to monetize additionally their engagement, but it's not that much advised. If they said no, you can move them to another layer, which is a downsell. Here it was an upsell. Then you do the downsell. And what is the difference between the two? And what is the structure that is advised in the funnels? Well, the answer is that it depends on your particular case. So usually we plan it like that. You make a freebie. People think that they need something more. Then they decide to buy or not to buy upsell. When they didn't decide to purchase upsell, then you offer them the downsell. If they still said no, you have their email addresses, right? There is a very interesting statistic that one of business coaches that I follow provided, that you have to follow up the client, which is to inform them again about your offer 5 to 12 times. And that around 80% of sales happens here, between 5th and 12th repetition. So when you don't follow up, when you don't invite people again and again and again, of course, using different strategies, different content solutions, different messages, and so on, you don't send the same message 10 times to be sure that maybe he or she would react. But when you decide to do the follow-up, then the probability for conversion grows. Okay, so this is the easy funnel. And let's think about how to translate it. This thing that we have here, this one. Okay. So let's think. I need to attract people. My golden room is Facebook. So I don't bother having adverts on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google search, and everywhere else. I focus my attention on Facebook only. And when I decided to use Facebook, I used two strategies or three strategies. The first one is paid ads. The second one are groups, Facebook groups. And the third one are organic traffic. Organic traffic means someone just saw your content, thought it's very interesting, or maybe someone shared your content, and this is why the person decided that he or she is interested. Then we continue. And the next stage, there is the interest phase. So the person knows something about you, but still this person is hesitant to join you. And here, this is the place where you provide your freebie. But when you create your funnels, you don't think about the freebie or the workshop or masterclass, something that you provide this person to make her or him decide that they want to work with you. When you create a funnel, you think about the place where this thing is. It can be a link. It can be a website. It can be actually the place where your freebie lives. Let's say that in our case, this is going to be a landing page. Where I share the freebie. People consume your freebie, and preferably your freebie is somehow related to your signature offer. For example, I'm creating this just to share my expertise with you, because my friend was discussing this with me lately. But if I were supposed to think about the freebie, which regards, for example, the funnels, then I would think about the offer, and my offer would be, for example, sell 3 or 10 packages during next 5 weeks using proven and working marketing funnels or sales funnels. So usually when you start thinking about your freebie, you start here. My signature offer is, what would make clients interested in my signature offer and I can provide for free to make them see results? Okay, because freebie is actually a kind of invitation for further work. It's not about just sharing content for free. People who are content creators are open to share their content for free, but we entrepreneurs, we need to make our content work for us. So this is the structure of your thoughts, which you should follow. First, think what you want to sell, then think what kind of freebie would make people interested in your signature offer. Okay, so let's say that this is the landing page. Then after they downloaded the stuff, consumed the stuff, did anything, we have two options. The first one, they joined email, but we don't want to overcomplicate. So the next page is you can purchase here. And people have the option, yes or no. And this is the interesting part, because here we have the whole game, okay, which I showed you. So they say yes or no, and then we follow with the downsell, with follow-ups, and so on. But the most important element to remember about sales funnels is that creating a sales funnel is a sequence of steps that your client goes through to buy your offer. And the easier and more transparent those steps are, the greater the probability that he or she would purchase. So let's think about our options. The first stage is interest. Sorry. The first stage is attraction. So make people want your offer. In the attraction phase, we make people aware. So our priority is here. We want people to know about us. So this is why we need advertising. This is now why we need some additional free content, because we need their eyes. Okay. Then we need to, sorry. If I could, I would strictly go to desire and action. Interest. Interest is a funny stage, because in the interest phase, we have a play between mind, two hemispheres, and heart. And your goal is to speak first here and second here. So you have to be a little bit, at least a little bit emotional in your messaging, because this is how you make people interested in your offer. This is how you build rapport with people. This is how you show them that you are similar to them, or at least you were similar to them when you experienced the problem that you already solved. And then there is the desire. And in the desire stage, many marketers will tell you that it is about some logical or thought process that people go through to purchase or not. But in general, in majority of cases, the desire happens here. If we assume that heart is responsible for emotions and thought processes live in brain. Of course, we know that everything happens here, right? So in the desire stage, Your goal is to make people really, really want your solution. So here, this is the stage when you share testimonials. This is the stage where you show your additional resources. This is the stage when you show the results that they could experience. This is the stage when you show this person how dramatically their life changes when they join you. And then we have action. And action is again the place where the mind plays role. If you did your job here, people will do everything possible to convince themselves that it's worth working with you. They will convince themselves because they already have the decision here. They have the decision. And they will work on convincing themselves. Of course, you provide information about the features, about pricing, about payment plans, the general rule. The more elastic you are, the more options you give, the greater the conversion is. But in the action phase, you don't communicate that much to their hearts because they do this work for you. And some marketers also add another step, which is retention. This stage is not visible in the sales funnel like this, but it was visible when you looked at the scenarios. Yes, no, if no, then email or downsell and email. So in the retention phase, you have to remember that people followed you for some reason. They downloaded your freebie for some reason. They clicked your advertising for a reason. They were interested. So in the retention phase, you have to nurture your email list. What it means, you send them content, you provide them some value, and guess what? After a period of time, you try to sell again. Because if at the desire stage, they were not convinced previously, after you nurture your mail list, you provide them content, you show them testimonials, and so on, they grow to believe that you can help them. So when you translate this process into the tools, again, in the attraction, we may have, for example, Facebook ads. In the interest, we can have Facebook profile. In the desire, we can also have Facebook profile or some landing page. It's not very complicated to create simple landing page. Or you can have an offer in a PDF format. Then in the action phase, you can have, again, landing page or just PayPal link. The thing that allows people to pay you. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Make it work. And in the retention phase, all you need to have is a software that allows you to send mails. You will hear in many places that you need to have some fancy solution, that it's better to use this or that. The cheapest solutions that work for you are also good because the goal is to monetize your expertise. The goal is to solve their problems. So if you were supposed to remember something, like one thing from those sales funnels case or marketing funnels case, please remember this one thing. You start the first step, create the customer journey. So the steps through which a client goes to purchase from you. Then design a funnel, which means translate those solutions into their behaviors of clients. So where do people do those stuff? And on the last stage, test and redesign. And it is very important. You have to remember that the customer journey can change, that the funnel itself can change. But the most important part is that you know your numbers, you know where people react, you know how much you had to pay for advertising, because then you start the real funny stuff where you optimize those results to make them work even better for you. I hope I gave you some information in a pill. Thank you very much for your question, for your openness. And I'm really happy to provide you some information. If you have some questions, if you want to get some more additional valuable content, then you can always subscribe and I will inform you. See you soon. Bye.